A big showdown in the Show-Low tournament at Seton. Gets up early, pounds the bacon, pounds the eggs. Now they look to pound the Coolidge Bears in the Show-Low tournament semifinals. An early morning Saturday tip. Good morning, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside the unstoppable force on the live stream. And that is Paul Hutchison. In case you're wondering why I'm out of breath, because I just ran up a flight of stairs, and we are on the upper decks of the Show-Low gym, and obviously I need more cardio in my workout. So Seton has played phenomenal in the White Mountains. Victories over Alchese, 75-45. A thrilling 91-72 victory over Thatcher later that evening. And then yesterday, a grind-out affair getting past Marana by the count of 66-55. And now they take on a heavyweight in 3A, in the Coolidge Bears. Coolidge has started this year undefeated. They have won all their games here in the White Mountain tournament here in Show-Low. They're led by veteran coach Dave Glasgow. A record, well, we don't know exactly because the way the brackets are, and there's no updated kind of tournament bracket that you can kind of look at. We're going to give them 3 victories, so coming in a record of 14-0. And they've got some studs led by the Dees brothers, Preston Dees and Porter Dees. Preston, a senior, 215, 6'3", putting up 18 and 9. Porter Dees putting up 9 with 8 rebounds. A junior, 185. He dials in at 6 feet tall. Last year for Seton, they lost to the Bears a couple times. A 47-43 loss at Coolidge. In that game, Dylan Alvarez put down 21. And on the other side, it was Preston Dees putting up 18 for the Bears. And then on senior night, the Sentinels lost by 4, 60-56. KJ Fauski with 20 in that. Ryan Morris with 15. Dylan Alvarez with 11. On the other side, Jensen Carter put down 25, and Adarius Miguel, a junior, with 12 points. So these two teams, no strangers. They play in the same region. Last year, both teams, of course, they made the 3A playoffs, with Seton losing to eventual 3A champion Push Ridge. And for Coolidge, they lost in the quarterfinals to Florence, 65-52. And they would eventually see their season come to an end. So now these two teams meet in the new year with so much at stake. Of course, a lot more basketball left to be played, but a lot of momentum for both teams with a victory here today. Starting lineup for Coolidge. Number 1, Turner Armstrong. He's putting up 14 points per game. Number 10, Kelshawn Dixon Wright, a point guard, a senior. Then on the back end, Shane Enos, a junior at 5'11". Then it's the Dees, Preston Dees, number 50, and number 52, Porter Dees. For Carter Abey and his team, the lineup doesn't change. Number 3, Ryan Morse. Number 4, KJ Fauski. Number 5, Benny Delatorre. Number 11, Ashton Reese. And number 24, Damian Howard. Seton decked out in red. The Bears decked out in their white neutral site uniforms. Referees for today's contest, Robert Rivera and Jill Rolapa. So these two teams that play in the same region face each other twice a year. 2 more down the road, one in Coolidge and one at Seton. And it's the Sentinels winning the tip. Damian Howard in the corner. Howard works it from the arc. And Howard, right off the bat, draws the contact. Good job, and he goes right at Turner Armstrong. And actually, no foul. And it's Coolidge ball. So now here comes Coolidge, a team very explosive, led by Armstrong, who runs the show. Dumped down in the blocks. Fauske tried to strip it away, goes up top. Delatorre with the near steal. Ball is loose, and it's gonna go the other way. A diving attempt on the floor by Kelshawn Dixon Wright. And he was out of bounds. This one just underway. The winner, and we don't have the updated brackets, but it looks like on the other side of the bracket, the winner could be taking on Ben Franklin. Morris, and Morris this time. Looks like there was a foul called, and looks like that's gonna be against number 42. Hard to tell, we are in the rafters, so referees are not giving us the full glance. So we'll do our best to try to dial up the best we can. Howard swings it to Delatorre, guarded by Trace Armstrong. And a foul away from the ball on Kelshawn Dixon Wright. Of course, they're going to try to put as much pressure on KJ Fauske to deny him the basketball as much as possible. They work it up top. 10 on the shot clock. Delatorre tries to dump it to Reese. Reese down in the blocks against Preston Dees. Shot won't go, and it's going the other way. Good defense down below by the big fella, Preston Dees. Preston Dees and Porter Dees. 2 dominant low post forces for Dave Glasgow's team. Armstrong, couple dribbles, pulls it out outside the arc, dumps it down. Good defense by the Sentinels, fronting and backing, and it's going the other way. Sentinels, and that was a point of emphasis for Carter Abey. He talked about with Porter Dees, they're gonna front him and have a body in the back and try to deny him the ball. Of course, he's a big dominant force, and when he gets going, he's so hard to stop. Howard being picked up by Porter Dees, and that is thrown away. Kelshawn Dixon Wright. Armstrong, and Armstrong gets the first basket of the day. Little bank off the glass. Good defense by the Bears. Delatorre swings it over to Ryan Morris. Morris met by Shane Enos. Delatorre, Damian Howard up top. And they're going to call the travel against Damian Howard. And this gym right now, it lacks the bodies of some of the fanfare of other teams in the White Mountains that travel well with, like Alchese, and if Sholo was here. But make no mistake, this is a playoff atmosphere with emotions running high on both sides. Seton understands what Coolidge has meant to them in the course of last year, and of course what they have to do this year to get to where they want to go. Dixon Wright all over the floor. Mad scramble. A tie-up, and it's going to be Seton possession. Only 1 basket so far, and if you're Seton, kind of like that. You've denied the post. You're making Coolidge work extra hard. Fauske has yet to take a shot. KJ off the glass, and KJ knocks it home. A 2-2 ball game. Rifling down to 5 minutes left in the first period. Armstrong Enos. Enos works out. Now they work it back to the top of the key. Good defense by Seton. Delatorre all over Trace Armstrong. Now it's Fauski on Armstrong. They work it inside. And Reese, good tie up on Porter Dees. Once again, Seton doing a nice job rotating. They are active and they are denying the post in a big way. Turner Armstrong off the inbounds. Ryan Moore's fronting. It's worked to Porter Dees. Now in the corner. Worked up top. Worked in the lane. Shot off the glass, and that is banked in. Kelshawn Dixon Wright. Good move off the glass. Morris. Picked up by Corbin Downs. Fauski has yet to take a three-pointer, and here it is. That one's off the mark. Pulled down by Porter Dees. Transition, Coolidge running, and the miss underneath by Preston Dees. Delatorre kicks it out to Damian Howard, who's gonna fire it up from three. And Damian knocks it down. Seton with a 5-4 lead. Turner Armstrong. Ashton Reese with the steal. Delatorre swings it over. Ryan Morris, once again fronted by Corbin Downs. Morris gets the screen. Fauski, little head fake. He'll let it go. Fauski off the front end. Dees with the rip. Here comes Turner Armstrong, transition. Worked quickly up the front court. And good active hands by Benny Delatorre. Seton moving very well defensively. 5-4 ball game. 3:34 left in the first. Both teams very explosive, but so far we've seen this game manage more on the half court. And the Bears throw that one away. Checking in, Malik Williams, 6'5", $190, a sophomore. And getting a breather is Preston Dees. So far for the Seton defense, Preston Dees through most of the first period has not scored. And that is a good sign to keep Dees, who's averaging 18 a game, out of the box score. Morris turning the corner. Morris gliding and delivering. Ryan Morris, 7-4 Seton. Turner Armstrong. Kelshawn Dixon Wright. It's worked up top. Now it's back to Dixon Wright. He's in the lane. Spins out, works it back up top. Armstrong, 13 on the shot clock. Fauski right on Armstrong. Now Delatorre comes out. And they work it inside. And Porter Dees gets fouled. They're going to call the foul on Ashton Reese. That's going to be Ashton's first. But once again, good defense by Seton. Dees with very little room to operate. He'll get it right back to Armstrong. They go inside. That time, very good post recognition by the Bears. Damian Howard will get called for the foul. And Preston Dees will go to the line. Shooting 61% from the floor. This Bears team collectively shoots over 60% from the line. And he misses on the first. On the floor right now, Morris, Delatorre, Howard, Reese, and Fauski for the Sentinels. And both shots are missed, but picked up by the Bears. Three-pointer up, pulled down by Dees, and Dees is fouled again. And once again showing his toughness down in the blocks. Looks like Ryan Morris gets called. But the Sentinels showing that nothing is going to come easy down in the blocks. This time, Dees connects on the first. Good energy for a 9 o'clock tip. Glad you can join us right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Very cold and chilly day. Woke up to frost on my car. I kid you not, I had to take hot water to get all the ice off my car. 7-6 ball game. Delatorre, Ryan Morris picked up immediately. Now he gets over to KJ Fauski, and Fauski sees a body right in front of him immediately, and Corbin Downs in the lane, won't go. Pulled down by Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Sentinels doing a good job getting back. Worked in the corner. Armstrong will let it fly. That one off the mark. Pulled down by Enos. Enos sees 3 bodies in the paint. Dixon-Wright works it to Downs. Downs will pull up. That won't go. Morris with the rip. Up the floor, top of the arc. Swings it to Fauski. He'll let it go. Fauski buries it. KJ doing things. And it's a 10-6 Seton lead. And it looks like we got a foul on the floor as well. Looks like that foul is going to go against Turner Armstrong. Hard to tell. Once again, we are in the rafters of the Sholo Gym. Unlike at Chandler Prep or at Seton Catholic High, where we're courtside, we've got the ability to see everything eye to eye. Here, a little bit of a struggle. Enos, good touch from about 5 feet out. 10-8, Sentinels, Delatorre. Ashton Reese, pick and roll. Ashton going strong. Delatorre, loose ball. Taken away, here come the Bears. Fauski going the other way. Armstrong feeds it. And the putback by Downs. Good recognition by the Bears and good hustle by Coolidge. 10-10 ball game, under a minute left in this first half, or first period, I should say. Henry Miller now in the game. Miller, instant offense, instant everything. Ryan shaking and baking, and Reese banks it in. How about Ryan Morris with some good moves? And Ashton point blank. Sentinels with a 2-point lead. 29 seconds remaining. 4-second game clock to shot clock differential. Worked back up top, Armstrong. 14 on the shot clock. Dees going strong. Dees and 1. (12-12) as Dees will go to the line for the 3-point play. Chase Reese coming in. And when Chase comes in, that means an opportunity to shoot the 3. Also in, Jensen Carter stepping in on the floor for Coolidge. And Dees misses, and will give the Sentinels a chance to take the lead after 1. 8 seconds. Morris up the floor. Work to Fauski. Fauski, little head fake. Works it up top. Morris will fire, and that's off the mark. And after 1, we are knotted at 12. KJ with 5 points. Howard with the 3. Reese with a bucket. Morris with a bucket. On the other side, Preston Dees with 3. Enos, Downs, Dixon-Wright, and Armstrong with buckets apiece. Short timeout on the floor. Second period straight away coming up from Sholo High. Second period about to get underway. 12-12 ball game. Sentinels and Coolidge, region rivals, meeting in the semifinals of the Show Low tournament at the Show Low High Gym, Cougars country in the White Mountains. Want to give a special shout out to my good friend Floyd Simmons, a broadcasting icon here in the White Mountains, as Henry Miller drives for two. You can hear Floyd Simmons regularly on Petrocom Radio, also the voice of the Arizona Rattlers. So the Sentinels start the second period with a driving basket. Enos, Jensen Carter. Carter can't connect underneath. Morris with a rebound. Sentinels, once again, good defense down in the box. Fowski picked up by Downs. On the left side of the arc, now Reese setting a little bit of a screen. Reese in the game. Fowski left side. Downs right in his face. Coolidge doing a nice job defensively. Morris, 9 on the shot clock. Reese in the high post. Ashton Reese swings it out. Henry Miller off balance, won't go, and Ashton. And they're gonna whistle a shot clock violation against Seton. Great defense by the Bears. 14-12. Second period just underway. Two heated rivals. Sentinels lost both games last year to Coolidge. Jensen Carter driving, won't go. Good defense by the Sentinels. Chase Reese up the floor. Reese, bounce pass. Up and in to R.J. Fogarty, gliding and putting it in. The football star, and how about that? Timeout on the floor. Sentinels coming out on a 4-0 run. Dave Glasgow and his team, they got to think it over. Sentinels coming out of the second period on a 4-0 run. Looking strong, and the Bears veteran coach Dave Glasgow had to burn a timeout, had to regroup his team. R.J. Fogarty right on Armstrong. R.J. will bring the physicality. Star football player, you name it, he can do it. And Fogarty delivers yet again. And that's going to be a foul on the Bears. Looks like that's going to be on Shane Enos. And once again, we are in the rafters. Hard to tell numbers, hard to tell names. And Paulo has just shown me where all the fouls are. Thank you. They're right on the big Hatch Toyota scoreboard on the center of the floor. So it was on Enos. 16-12 ball game. 6 and change remaining in the second period. Henry Miller. Miller, he's not afraid. That's one thing about Henry. He has stepped on this court for the Sentinels, and he plays fearless as Fowski lets it go from 3. That's off the mark. And Fogarty, how about that? Works it hard, and it goes off Porter D's. 16-12. Miller off the inbounds. And Miller throws this one away. Armstrong, Sentinels get back in transition. D's down the middle of the floor. Ball's loose on the court. Armstrong works it inside the arc, and he gets blocked by Fogarty. And Armstrong will shoot a pair. And the Sentinels letting the Bears know nothing's going to come easy. Their defense has been outstanding. As Armstrong goes the line, an 81% free throw shooter, putting up 14 a game, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Armstrong connects on the first. Once again, early in the year, early January, but this has really got a playoff atmosphere-like kind of game. And R.J. Fogarty coming off the bench and providing all kinds of muscle and hustle for the Sentinels. Fauski, how about that? Glides in, couldn't connect at the rim. Armstrong transition. Sentinels getting back defensively. Good move and the miss at the rim. And Miller and Dees getting tangled up. Possession, Coolidge. But once again, Henry Miller showing his toughness, not afraid to freaking put a body on a body. Armstrong, inbounds. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright, back to Armstrong, now Dixon-Wright up top. Couple dribbles up top, little spin move, kicks it back out. Armstrong will fire it from three. That's off the iron. Reese to KJ Fauski. Winding down to 5 minutes in this first half. Henry Miller on the arc. Henry up top to Chase Reese. Reese to Henry will let it go. And how about Henry Miller? Money from the top of the arc. Sentinels by 6. 4:40 remaining in the first half. Turner Armstrong dumps it down to Dees. Dees working physically. And that time, Porter Dees muscling his way for his first bucket of the game. But if you're the Sentinels, if you're almost through the first half and Porter Dees has only scored one basket, you got to be exceptionally happy with what you're doing. Miller working the top of the arc. Henry. And Henry gets called for the travel. 19-15. Back in the ball game is Shane Enos. Taking a breather is Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright, senior point guard, 5'8". He's got some good shake and sizzle in his game. Armstrong, no question a leader on this Bears team. Jensen Carter, kick out. Downs thought about it. Downs working against Miller. He works it up top to Enos. Enos try to get in the lane, pass Miller. Miller, great defense. They kick it back out. Carter inside of Dees, who's going to force his way. And right now, the point of emphasis for the Bears is get Porter Dees involved. The lead is down to 2 for the Sentinels. Back-to-back baskets for the Bears. Henry Miller will fire it up from 3, and Henry Miller connects from long range. Henry coming off the bench and firing up 8 points in this second period. And they're going to call Ryan Morris for the reach-in. 3:20 remaining in this first half. A good one. Playoff intensity between these two teams. You almost get the sense, great respect between these two teams, but also safe to say, a growing dislike for one another as well. Sentinels trapping Enos down in the box. Armstrong worked up top of the key, guarded by Morse. 12 in the shot clock. Dees going strong, and Dees has to be called for the offensive, and that was blatant right there. And the Sentinels fans in the front row, they love it. No question, that was an easy one on Porter Dees. Once again, your referees make that call on Preston Dees, that is. 22-17. Your refs, Robert Rivera and Jill Rollspaw. Fauski misses the bunny at the net. You know he regrets that one, wants that one back. Enos, Downs up top from 3. That's nowhere close. Morris swings it over to Howard. The kick over to Fauski. 2:30 remaining in half. Fauski loses the handle. Good active hands by the Bears. Armstrong to push up the floor, and great defense by Damian Howard. And so far, the Sentinels have not been beaten in transition. They have been absolutely spectacular. Preston D is about to check back in. (22-17). Sentinels with a 5-point lead. Worked to the top. Jensen Carter, more than capable scorer, putting up 8, 2, and 2. Carter driving, and Carter, and underneath, going strong and going to the line. Preston Dees took a breather, and now we'll go back to the free throw line. On the floor right now for the Sentinels, Fauski, Morris, Ashton Reese, Henry Miller, and Damian Howard. Dees connects on the first. Kelshawn Dixon right back in, along with Turner Armstrong, Jensen Carter, and the Dees brothers down in the box. Both are made. It's a 3-point game. Ryan Morris up the floor. Swings it to Fauski. Morris up top. Fauski, they dump it down to Reese. Ashton's not afraid. He'll work it. And Damian Howard will fire it from 3. That's off the mark. Reese pulls it down. And they're going to call the foul down in the low blocks against Preston Dees. So Ashton Reese showing his toughness. Sentinels with a fresh clock. Substitutions. Carter's out, Downs and Enos back in. Preston Dees is out. Morris into Reese. Reese banging against Dees down in the blocks. And they're going to call the offensive against Ashton Reese. Physical contest between these two teams. No love lost. I highly doubt Christmas cards were exchanged by both programs in the course of 2025. Carter Abey, one of the best young coaches in the state. Dave Glasgow, veteran coach for Coolidge. 22-19. Corbin Downs over to Kelshawn Dixon Wright. And they're going to call the offensive. Looks like that's going to be on Porter Dees. And at the half, we'll try to go to the scorer's table and get the foul situation all dialed up. Physical play in this one, off the charts. It's been tough and physical since the opening tip. Ryan Morris dumps it down to Damian Howard, and Howard underneath. Basket is good. Sentinels by 5. Kelshawn Dixon Wright. Dixon Wright, good defense by Henry Miller. They work it up top to Downs. Damian on Downs. Armstrong kicks it out. That pass is thrown away. Sentinels defense shuffling their feet, highly active. Tremendous. 24-19. Ryan Morris. Morris. Fauski. KJ. Looking for his first bucket here in the second period. Works it to Ryan Morris from 3. And Morris knocks it down. Ryan's got 5. The lead is 8. And that Sentinels bench, they are chanting defense in unison. They are feeling strong. They feel they're the best team in this tournament. And they're out here in the White Mountains trying to show it and prove it. Dees gets away with an offensive potentially, and he gets an opportunity to go to the line. Looks like the foul will be called against R.J. Fogarty. But I love the physicality that R.J.'s bringing to the game. And Dees connects on the first. Porter Dees, a junior. 6 feet, 185. 27-20. Sentinels potentially with an opportunity to play for the last shot. Dees connects on both. It's a 5-point game. Fauski up the floor. Downs on him. Fauski fires it up off the glass, and it won't go. After one, Sentinels with a 27-21 halftime lead. A short timeout. Kirk Fauski might join us. That has been kind of what we've seen up here in the White Mountains. We'll regroup and get some numbers from the scores table. Keep it locked and loaded. A great second half straight ahead. We welcome you back to Sholo High. 4 minutes away from the second half between Seton Catholic and the Coolidge Bears. Sentinels with a 6-point halftime lead. I'm joined by the veteran Kirk Fowski. And Kirk, look, not a lot of fans in the stands, but the fans that are here are fans that are loyal to both sides. And in this one, it's definitely a playoff atmosphere. The intensity very tight on the court.
Oh, yeah. 9 a.m. tip, it's playoffs. Lose or go home.
And in the first half, a sluggish affair. And what can we say about the Sentinels defense holding Coolidge only 21 points? Porter D's only 2 points in that first half. Preston D's with 10. So Porter D's putting up 8 points. Preston's putting up 18. And so far, the Sentinels doing a nice job keeping them contained.
They're doing a really good job. This is the first half that we've seen with a lot of energy. They're jumping to the ball. They're talking. The big thing that I was telling over here is a lot of deflections. Every Division I team wants at least minimum 44 deflections. I think we may have about 20, 22 deflections right now. We're jumping to the ball. We're doing a really good job. We're messing up a couple doubles on the baseline. Preston's got some easy shots where we can make it difficult. And we're doing a good job on their non-shooters by keeping them in front.
Sentinels with a 6-point halftime lead. Offensively, what are you seeing from Carter Abe's team?
At times, they're moving the ball well. And I think this is what we've talked about. They're going side to side. I would like to see a little bit more when we have people driving. We got people standing at the three-point line. They're collapsing 2 or 3 people on every drive. Cuts are open, but we're too busy standing at the three-point line. They're doing a really good job of making KJ work. I thought he kind of forced a few shots there in the first half. He was getting frustrated, but great to see the freshman Henry come off, hit a couple big threes. Ryan's doing a good job of getting to the basket. I think they just need to be a little bit more patient and execute and set some better screens and move without the ball.
Henry Miller leading the team with 8 points. KJ and Ryan Morris with 5 apiece. Damian Howard also with 5 points. RJ Fogarty with a bucket as well. So a $150, and this is going to be, Kirk, this is going to be the first of 3 meetings. They'll face here in the White Mountains. Of course, they'll have a home-and-home matchup in region play, but give us kind of the insight what this kind of game, a victory for either side, does for the mental psyche for when these two teams play again later down the road.
You know, I was talking with Coach Abe this morning before the game, and we both said at the same time we'd love to win, but this game doesn't matter. This sets it up for the important games of the region. So I think this game right here, if you've noticed, Coach Abe hasn't been running a lot of what they normally run. And I've watched Coolidge many times. They're not running. They're just running a weave, trying to get to the big. They're not really showing their cards. And, you know, you win this, yeah. If you don't, I mean, you go back 2 years ago, you know, we beat Bradshaw Mountain, and then we lost to Bradshaw Mountain in the state playoffs. Tournament wins don't mean anything. It's good for the morale. You can learn a lot. You get a lot of good team bonding. But the region games are the ones that count.
Closing in on the second half, about 38 seconds away. Kirk, quick insights, keys to victory for Seton in this final second half.
Keys, we got to keep ball pressure on their guards. Got to keep 10 in the other guard in front. They're not going to shoot it. Quit closing out hard on them. And we just, on the backside, help with the big. We just got to get that stop.
There we go. Kirk out.
Kirk out.
Second half about to get underway. Seton will inbound it. Delatorre, Morris, Howard, Fowski, Reese. The D's back on the floor. Armstrong, Enos, and Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Morris in the lane. Swings it to Delatorre. Miscommunication. Turnover by the Sentinels. 6-point game to start this second half. Out of the post, Armstrong. They dump it down. The big body working things and works his magic yet again. Preston D's 10 first half points and opens with a bucket on a strong move down in the blocks. Fowski on the good recognition by Ashton Reese on the other end. Ashton has really shown his ability to see the floor and set up his teammates. Enos kicks it to Armstrong. Armstrong works it. Dees, and they're going to call the travel on Preston Dees. Good defense by Reese. Sentinels doing a nice job defensively. Morris up the floor. Morris in the lane. They're going to call a foul away from the ball. Looks like that's going to be on Enos. And that's going to be his second. The Dees brothers each with 2 fouls apiece. Fauski thought about it. KJ, spin in the lane, puts it up, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Corbin Downs talking to Jill Rolopal, the referee, saying that he was hooked by KJ on the drive, but KJ will go to the line to shoot a pair, and KJ shoots over 70% from the line. 29-23. 6:42 remaining in the third. KJ knocks down the first. He's got 8 points. And KJ, the senior leader, providing a big boost from the charity stripe. Sentinels pressuring in the backcourt. Morris on Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright gets it over the half-court line. Kicks it in the corner. Downs. Little head fake. And it's going to be a foul against Benny De La Torre. But once again, Sentinels putting a body on a body, face guarding right there on the point of receiving the basketball by the offensive player. Sentinels up 8. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright works it to Armstrong. They dump it down, and Dees, and that trickles out of bounds. And Preston Dees has been so good in the post. That time he got a pass that on the lower end. And Preston Dees motioning to the sidelines that his arm is held. Fauski from 3. Off the front end. And they're going to call the foul on Ashton Reese. And that's going to be his third. Carter Abey working slowly on the sidelines for Seton. And of course, soon enough, the Sentinels can go to the bench with Jackson Heim. He is closing in on being eligible. Right down the lane and powering through was Porter Dees. Dees now with 4 points. Preston Dees leading the Bears with 12. Damian Howard. And they're going to call the foul on Porter Dees, and that's his third. So right now, the Sentinels, Porter Dees with 3 fouls, Preston Dees with 2. De La Torre in the corner. He'll work his way out of it to Fauski, who's immediately picked up by Downs. 14 on the shot clock. Howard, they go to Reese inside. Reese powers his way. Ashton showing his toughness down in the paint. An 8-point lead for the Sentinels. Armstrong up the floor. Guarded by Morris. Armstrong rolls it in the corner. Downs will fire it up. Downs off the mark. Dees is there. Big physical move, and Preston Dees bangs it in. 14 and counting for the senior. Short jumper, and how about Ryan Morris getting into the lane and making things happen? The lead is back to 8. 4:40 remaining in the third. Morris tight on Armstrong. Now a screen is set by Dees for a brief second. The mismatch They're going to call a foul. Looks like that was on Ryan Morris. That was his third. Delatorre coming out, Henry Miller coming in. Benny, as always, providing quality minutes, and Henry Miller, instant positivity every time he's on the floor. They try to work it inside. The scoop won't go. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright pulls it out. Top of the arc on the left side. Looking for the clear out. In the lane. Fires it up, won't go, and good defense by the Sentinels. Shot clock violation and a great defensive sequence by Seton Catholic. 35-27. 4 minutes left in the third. Ryan Morris swings it over to Fauski. Fauski tries to get by Downs. Pull up. Fauski buries it. KJ now with 11, 6 in the third. Dixon Wright, D's inside. D's and one. Preston D's 16 and counting with the shot at the three-point play. Preston D's putting up 18 and almost 10 rebounds a game. Shooting 61% from the line. RJ Fogarty will come in. As the foul looks like is against Ashton, and he'll have to sit out. So Fogarty's going to come in to provide some muscle and some energy. Dees connects on the three-point play. 7-point lead for Seton. 3:30 remaining in the third. Morris in the corner to Henry Miller. Miller picked up by Enos. Dribbles it out past the arc, almost at midcourt. Now Miller, full throttle down the lane. We'll kick it back out to KJ. 12 on the shot clock. KJ will fire it from three, and KJ, long-range dagger. He's got 14. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright in the lane. Tries to work it inside, and Dees once again, an unstoppable force. He's got 19. The lead is 8 for the Sentinels. Right now, Preston Dees is carrying his team. And the Sentinels, their focus is to contain the other four. Damian Howard, left side. Howard works it to Morris. Fogarty going strong. And the foul is against Preston Dees, and that's his third. Great ball movement by Seton. And RJ Fogarty, the all-out football player, you name it. Kick returns, defense, wide receiver, running back. He'll go to the line with a chance to knock down a pair. And how about RJ? Loving RJ Fogarty. Didn't have a chance to tell him after the football season what a great player that I thought he was, but I had a chance to see him after a basketball game, and I let him know that. Sentinels up 9. Armstrong kicks it. Enos in the corner. That's off the mark, but Dees is there. Would you expect anything else? Preston Dees just carrying the Bears right now. The rest of the team in hibernation. Dees, anything but that. A grizzly bear attacking in so many different ways for Coolidge. Morris had to track it down, almost a bad pass by KJ. 16 on the shot clock. Miller, they work it back out to Fauski. Shot clock down to 10. Fauski from long range, back of the iron. Sentinels get another possession. Miller with a rebound. Damian off the mark. And Henry Miller will get called for the loose ball foul. That's going to be Henry's first. But you gotta love the physicality of what RJ Fogarty is bringing to the team. Off the bench, and he's not afraid. Man's up on the football field against the best players in 3A and provides all kinds of spark and energy. And Coolidge in the bonus as Preston Dees will go to the line. Knocks down the first. He's got 22, game high. He has been unstoppable down low. And Dees, 23 and counting. The lead is 5. Final minute 30 in the third. Fauski works it to Miller, picked up by Enos. Fogarty, top of the key. Fauski, left corner. KJ thought about it, and they're going to call the travel against KJ. And Carter Abey is pleading his case with the referee, Joel Rolopal. Joel Rolopal and Robert Rivera, your referees, doing a nice job here today. Tensions are high, physicality off the charts in this one. Turner Armstrong, Ryan Morris, they work into Dees immediately. And they're going to call Henry Miller down in the box. And right now, the only thing the Sentinels got to do a better job, they have to start fronting Preston Dees. He's getting the ball too easy down in the box. And Dees really putting on a spectacular performance for his team. He's got 24 points. We got a timeout on the floor. $1:15 left in the third. Sentinels up by 4 against Coolidge. Keep it locked and loaded. This one you don't want to miss. So Preston Dees connected on the first free throw. He'll have the opportunity to bring the Bears within 3. And Dees does just that. 41-38. Here come the Sentinels, winding down 1 minute left in the third. Morris getting bottled up by Jensen Carter. Now it's the Bears bringing on lockdown defense. Henry Miller. Miller into the lane. Henry going strong, and Henry puts it in. Henry Miller right back at you. Gotta love that from the freshman. The man without fear, Henry Miller. Absolutely love that resiliency and determination. Went right into the post and give it right back. And how about the electric move by Jensen Carter? That was something special right there. His first bucket of the game. Sentinels can play for the final shot here in the third. Bad pass, loose ball. Armstrong picks it up. Armstrong getting trapped. And they're going to call the foul. And Armstrong will go to the line. And that's going to be on Henry Miller. So literally, Armstrong was bailed out. Sentinels had him bottled up, and Carter Abey once again making his case. Armstrong, an 81% free throw shooter. He has been kept in check today. Armstrong now with 4 points, 2 coming from the free throw line. Sentinels can play for the final shot in the third. That one rolls in. It's a 1-point game. Morris up the floor. Fauski on the left wing. Fauski gets it off an inadvertent pass. KJ from 3. Off the front of the iron. Morris on the putback, and Morris gets it to go at the buzzer. Ryan Morris knocks it down. Ryan Morris, the sophomore, loose ball off the Fauske miss and puts it in, and the Sentinels with a 3-point lead going to the 4th. Tremendous third period between these two region rivals, and a spectacular 4th period coming up right here from Sholo on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. (45-42). Here we go. Sentinels lost both meetings to Coolidge last year. First meeting between these two teams this season. It's going to be 1 of 3, possibly 4 come down to postseason. D's down in the blocks, and D's going strong, and D's up and in. And the Sentinels getting lackadaisical in the backcourt. And the turnover. And Carter Abe's going to call a timeout. A good timeout, as D's got the post look and put it right back in, and the Sentinels off the inbounds just took a little bit of a mental lapse. And right now Carter doing the good thing, talking to his team and basically regrouping the team. Sports is about emotions, and right now the Bears getting the basket, getting the turnover, and Carter collectively getting his team together, making sure they know what to do defensively against the Bears on this inbounds possession. Deans will put it in Armstrong, and Dees is going right at it, down in the blocks against R.J. Fogarty. He wants the rock, and that one's thrown away. Miller. And a good job by Seton of fronting Preston Dees. Fauske working the right side of the arc. Fogarty. Morris almost lost the handle off the bad pass from Fogarty. Ryan locked up. Fauske gets back. 13 on the shot clock. KJ in the lane. KJ throws it up. Won't go. And they're going to call the foul on R.J. Fogarty against Preston Dees. And right now, Preston Dees is willing the Bears. Literally carrying his team offensively, carrying him at the free throw line, and doing everything down in the blocks to keep Seton from doing anything in the post with Ashton Reese on the bench. 6:58 remaining. Dixon Wright out to Armstrong. 1-point game. Howard on Armstrong. Right side of the arc. Dees sets the screen. Dees. And that one's thrown away by Armstrong. Morris will work to Fauske. Fauske off the glass and puts it in. KJ, good strong move, gliding and using the glass as his good friend. 47-44. 6 and change remaining. Armstrong to Dixon Wright. Dixon Wright will work it to Jensen Carter. Armstrong up top will fire the 3. That's off the mark. Loose ball, tracked down by the Bears. Armstrong swings it to Downs. Downs driving baseline, and Downs, good strong move, and he gets in. Corbin Downs, his second bucket of the game. It's a 1-point game, 47-46. Ryan Morris with Kelshawn Dixon right on him. Henry Miller. And they're going to call a foul on Jensen Carter. That's his first. Ashton Reese back in the game. Ashton playing with 4 fouls. Also about to check back in is number 52, Porter Dees. And Porter Dees has got 3 fouls. Dees brothers with 3 fouls apiece. Fauski, left side, guarded by Downs. 15 on the shot clock. They'll work it up top to Henry Miller. Miller against Armstrong. And Henry's not afraid to go drive it down, and that is, looks like an offensive on Henry Miller. (47-46). And that's the 4th foul on Henry Miller. So Henry Miller, as much as you want to see him play aggressive, he's got to be very careful. The Sentinels need him offensively. Dixon Wright in the lane. And Dees powers it in. And it's the Bears back on top. Fauski, top of the key, will work it back out. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Fauski from 3. Off the front of the iron. Miller will pull it back out. Henry in the corner. Henry from 3. Trickles off the front end. Porter Dees with the rebound. Armstrong racing up that left side. Works it to the top of the arc. Howard giving chase. Now it's Dixon Wright in the lane. Little spin move. Gives it back out to Armstrong. The Bears will reset with 17 on the shot clock. Preston Dees working against Ashton Reese, and he wants the rock. And Ashton Reese has fouled out. So R.J. Fogarty is coming back in. And look, when you play against a player like Preston Dees, that is what he's going to bring to the game every single time, that physicality. Now R.J. Fogarty is going to have to step up and provide that physicality inside. Shot won't go. Good defense on Downs by the Sentinels. Morris racing up the floor. And Morris gets fouled. And the Coolidge fans felt he was bailed out. That foul's going to be on Downs. His second. Morris at the line. Ryan shooting a tad over 50% from the line. And free throws so paramount in this one. And Ryan knocks down the second. We're even at 48. Timeout on the floor. A thriller between the Sentinels and the Bears from the semifinals of the Sholo tournament on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. .48 all. Would you expect anything less from these two teams? 4 and change remaining in the fourth. Semifinals of the Sholo tournament. On the floor for the Sentinels, Morris, Fauski, Howard, Fogarty, and Miller. On the floor, the Dees brothers, Preston Dees. And Dees is working his way through, slicing in and making it look easy. Preston Dees, no question, the MVP for the Bears in this one regardless. Morris, almost a bad pass by Henry Miller, had to save it. 18 on the shot clock. Morris in the lane. Works it inside. Fogarty to Howard. How about the great recognition by R.J. Fogarty? Damian Howard with 7 points. We're not at 50. 3:20 remaining. Kayshawn Dixon Wright thought about it. Downs will stop and pop. Won't go. Rebound. And it's going the other way. Loose ball foul. Looks like that will go against Corbin Downs. His third. Sentinels with the chance to take the lead. 3 minutes remaining in this one. 2 3A juggernauts. Miller almost lost the handle. He gets it back. Henry. He's flirting with fire. Now he works it to Fauski. 10 on the shot clock. KJ. Howard in the corner, fires a three. Off the mark. Pulled down and up and in by Henry Miller. Henry looks so disheveled on that possession. And found his way on the loose ball and the putback. And right now, R.J. Fogarty looks like he took a shot to the face, and he's being looked at by Carter Abey. So on the floor right now, Milo Dilatori stepping in. 2:32 remaining. And now Robert Rivera had to adjust the scoreboard, and now the Sentinels get credited for their basket. 52-50. 2:32 remaining. Sentinels and the Bears. Region rivals, intense rivals. Dees kicks in the corner. Going strong, and that won't go. Preston Dees underneath. Misses on the first, misses on the second, gets the rebound, and he's going to shoot a pair. They're going to call the foul on KJ Fauski. That's KJ's first. As Dees will go to the line. His numbers, he's put so many points up on the board, I have to get them to you when this one's over. But he misses on the first. Armstrong with Dave Glasgow, the head coach, looking on for the Bears. So it looks like it was going to be a loose ball foul as Dees connects on the first. And it's a foul, I'm going to say, against Milo Dilatori. So Kelshawn Dixon Wright at the line. A 50% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first. And that was a big sequence right there. Now he has a chance to give the Bears the lead. Shot is up. And talk about clutch, ice in the veins for Kelshawn Dixon Wright. Henry Miller up the floor. Almost taken away by Dixon Wright. And Henry has got to be a little bit more alert right now. his passes are not sharp and crisp. Every time he lets one go, you're just bracing for impact. Fauske up top, off the inbounds. Sentinels going deep into this one against the Bears. Morris in the lane. Henry Miller. Henry won't go off the glass. Pulled down by Dees. Kelshawn Dixon-Wright, and the Sentinels get beat in transition. And that's heartbreaking right there, and the Bears lead by 5. Lead by 3, I should say, 55-52. Fauske, baseline. Won't go. Dees with the rebound, and now the Bears are going to methodically take their time. A couple of bad possessions by the Sentinels. And they're going to call Fauske on the foul on Armstrong. Armstrong will go to the line. And now the Bears fans are reveling in the moment. (55-52). Referee Robert Rivera having a conversation outside the Coolidge bench with the team that's going to play next. And now it's Armstrong at the line. He connects on the first. Fogarty back in. Delatorre checks out. Armstrong. Makes it a 2-possession game. 57-52. Sentinels and Carter Abey calls a timeout. Coolidge fan base, they are pumped up. Watching their team rally from an 8-point deficit to take the lead. And it all starts with Preston Dees, who's been phenomenal in this one. As of now, we've got him for 32 points. And literally, in the second half, he's carried the team. Been unstoppable down in the blocks. Has provided great post defense. Been clutch at the line. And has been the difference in this one. And the Sentinels knew they were going to have their hands full with Preston Dees. He's played tremendous against the Sentinels in both wins last year, and once again is proving he'll be a force against them in 2026. A minute and 7 seconds remaining. Miller off the inbounds. Works it to Ryan Morris in the backcourt. Sentinels don't have time to waste. Morris to Fauske immediately, top of the key. Fauske, couple dribbles, out to Ryan Morris. Morris, Henry Miller secures it. And Fauske will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. This one, highly physical. We're going to say that foul was on Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Once again, hard to see from up top, but no. I've got it on the scoreboard. That foul is on Porter Dees. That's his 4th. And Fauske misses on the first, and that's tough right there. This one, a must. And KJ connects on the second. Carter's going to call a timeout. It's a 4-point game, 46.2 seconds remaining. Coolidge up 4, keeping it locked and loaded right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. .2 seconds remaining. Sentinels down 4. They're going to need a good defensive possession. And no question, they're probably going to try to prolong this game by putting the Bears at the free throw line. Off the inbounds. Good defense. It's worked on to Kelshawn Dixon-Wright. Downs will slow it down. And Downs gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. And Downs hasn't shot a lot of free throws in his time. So he's going to have to go to the line and be clutch for his team. And the young man answers the bell. The lead is 5 for Coolidge. And Downs steps up big and connects on both. 7-point lead for Coolidge. Fogarty. Damian Howard from the outside. That won't go. And Robert Rivera is going to call the foul on Armstrong. So the lead is 6. Stand corrected, 59-53. Miller at the line. And right now the Sentinels hurting themselves at the charity stripe. Fauski connected only 1 and 2, and now here we are with Miller missing on the first. He hits on the back end. 5-point game. And Dixon-Wright will go to the line. A 50% free throw shooter. So we talked about the Sentinels doing what was necessary, extending the game at the free throw line, and that's the case. And misses on the first. Sentinels get a quick basket, they'll foul immediately. That's the game plan. KJ Fauski on the other side of the floor, guarded by Downs. He misses on both. Rebound by Howard. Out to Morris. Sentinels cannot afford to waste any time. Delatorre from 3. That's off the mark. Pulled down by Dixon-Wright. And that's going to do it. Big defensive rebound. And Dixon-Wright will go to the line. And for Coolidge, this is icing on the cake. Sentinels will pick up only their second loss of the season. The one early coming against Ben Franklin at home. And now this one against Coolidge in the Sholo tournament. Dixon Wright, good handles, 6 points. He's been clutch at the free throw line, and yet again answers the bell at the cherry stripe. Sentinels, of course, disappointed, but realizing this is just part of the process. They connect on both. And they get the ball as well. Final 10 seconds. And Fauski will foul Armstrong. Bears fans are reveling. Rightfully so, they've earned it. They rode the back of their horse, and their horse was a thoroughbred in Preston Dees, who put up 32. And the Sentinels are going to have answers the next time they face Preston Dees. That one rolls in and out. Miller out of the backcourt will fire it up from three, and that's going to do it. Sentinels lose a hard-fought game, 62-54. Rallying from an 8-point deficit to knock off Seton. Led by Preston Dees, who put up 32 points on the other side. Henry Miller with 13. Ryan Morris with 10. KJ Fauski led the way with 17, but Sentinels really could, after really holding Dees in check with 10 first half points, he just got really cooking in the second half. And the big thing was when Ashton Reese got in foul trouble, well, then he had his way. Sentinels with no height matchup and size matchup. And the Sentinels will regroup. Now, because of the way the bracket, there's no electronic bracket we could look into. Of course, they're going to fall into the loser's bracket here. And they'll play more basketball here as they drop to 13-2. Of course, Coolidge on their way. On to the next round, and we wish the Bears the very best in this tournament, as well as for the rest of the season. Sentinels, of course, promising tournament, going 3-1 to get to this point. Still a lot of work ahead, and of course, the good news is they're going to have a 6-footer available very soon in Jackson Heim, who's going to be eligible, and that's going to help tremendously. Can't say enough how having height down in the post and having athleticism, which Jackson Heim has the world of, will help this team. As of now, we're going to sign off from Sholo. For Jim Shoebridge and the athletic department, Victor Cerna, the great leader of this fine academic and athletic institution. For Carter Abe and his great basketball team. For Dave Glasgow and the Coolidge Bears. Paulo Hutchison on the live stream. I'm Joe Pequeno. Sentinels lose in the winner's bracket to Coolidge by the count of 62-54. So long from the White Mountains of Sholo High School for now. This has been a presentation of Seton Catholic Athletics.